Hey friends, it's Hope, and today I am here to do a non-spoiler book review for you guys over Finding London by Ellie Wade. Now this book was sent to me through BookTube Tours, which is hosted by Grace over at Loving Dem Books, and I will link all the information about BookTube Tours and about the author and the publishing company down below in the description box. That way if you guys want to check that out, it will be down there. So I just want to say a quick thank you to Grace over at BookTube Tours and Ellie Wade for sending me this book for review. I was so excited to get my hands on it because we can all appreciate as book lovers this beautiful and amazing book cover. I was just over the moon when I found out that I was going to receive this book, not only because I adore new adult books, but I also adore beautiful covers. So I can't wait to tell you guys what I thought of it, and we'll just go ahead and get started by telling you a little bit about it. I'll explain to you guys my thoughts and feelings of the story in general and the characters, and I'll just wrap up the video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So in the book Finding London, we do follow two main characters and we get dual perspectives from these characters. One of the characters' name is Loic Berkeley, and his perspective is a little bit unique. In this book, we get his perspective from past and present day, which was really unique and I really enjoyed that. And then with London, we just get her present day. Loic and London meet at a fundraising car wash at the very beginning of the book. And what the reader knows at this point is that London is a free spirit. She is a recent college graduate. She doesn't have a lot of direction in her life, but that's really okay for her. And up until this point, she hasn't really had to work too hard for what she has. So honestly, finding a job is kind of low on the totem pole of priorities, but what's at the top is finding a man. We know that London is super boy crazy, and when she sees Loic Berkeley drive up in his jacked up truck that definitely needs to be washed, her eyes are immediately set on him. What she doesn't know is Loic Berkeley is the complete opposite of her. He is really guarded. He has had adversity after adversity to overcome. He has lost a lot of people in his life who he had loved dearly, was in and out of foster care homes, and really has built up walls because of this. He's a pretty driven individual. He's also very stubborn, and he does not want to entertain London's little fantasies with him. So he pretty much dismisses her right off the bat, which of course makes London mad. But throughout the story, the two of them seem to run into each other at the most random places. So Loic decides that he is going to humor London and be nice to her one day, and the relationship kind of just progresses from there. Alright, so let's just go ahead and talk about these characters and what I thought of them. I absolutely adored Loic Berkeley's chapters. Like I said, his chapters were unique because we got them from the past and present day. So we got to see why Loic is the way he is. I feel like it gave the reader a chance to really empathize with him. I think what I loved most about Loic's character was just his determination to overcome all the adversity life has thrown at him. Even though he was hard around the edges, he had a really great heart and he loved so hard. He wasn't a person to take shortcuts, and he was always striving to be better or even to make life or the situation that he was thrown better. I just felt like his character was pretty uplifting. He was easy to relate to and easy to love. Now as for London, I wish I could have said the same. For me, I had a really hard time liking her character, and I think the reason for that was she just didn't really have any sense of responsibility. I feel like sometimes she lacked self-respect for herself, and she just didn't make the best decisions. I also found her character to be very needy and clingy, and the fact that she got so upset that Loic didn't give her a shot like the first time she tried to kind of make her move just really put me on edge. But with that said, while her character was a little rough to really love at the beginning, it did give the author an opportunity to develop her character, and I will say she did get a lot better throughout the book. She still wasn't my favorite, but that's okay. We do get introduced to a couple of side characters. London's best friend really wasn't my favorite either because she was pretty much just like London. I thought she was a really bad influence and gave pretty awful advice. But Loic's best friend friends were so amazing. I really love them as side characters. I thought that they did a great job with communicating and really pushing Loic outside of his comfort zone, but in a good way. They were always there for him and they acted as his family. And those are the type of relationships and friendships that I love, when people are more than just friends. They feel like family because you love them so much. So let's just talk about the overall feel of the book. In general, it definitely had that new adult vibe to it. I feel like the pacing of this book went pretty well. I did feel like some chapters were a little slower than others, but when I was reading it, I was never bored. I felt like the writing was pretty surface level, which is okay. A lot of people really like that. It's not a book that you have to sit down and analyze, but I will say that Ellie Wade did a really great job with weaving in every aspect of Loic's story when it came to Loic and London's relationship. There were a few like deeper meanings to certain things that as a reader I appreciated the creativity and the effort. The book did take some twists and turns. It was very unexpected. I honestly had no idea how this book was going to end. So with that said, I really enjoyed the ending of this book. I was pleasantly surprised. I have no idea if this book is going to be a duology, but there is definitely a book 2. So yeah, that pretty much does it for my non-spoiler thoughts over Finding London by Ellie Wade. I ended up rating this book a 3 out of 5 stars. I think I just would have rated it a lot higher if I enjoyed London's character a little bit more. I am definitely a character-driven reader, so if I don't like one of our main characters, I typically don't rate a book super high. But overall, it was a pretty solid read, and I was so happy that I was given the chance to read this. Alright friends, well thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I will see you guys soon. Bye!